Hello, Paul here from EMD Automotive at Caringbah, Sydney. This is the Volvo XC90. I've done a lot of tests on this car here. I've tested the injectors already. I've done the injector tests, all the wiring, so the wiring there, I took it apart. That one there, this one here, that one there, that one there, that one there. I've done a current draw test and they all look the same. I've done a leak back test. They all look the same, and I'll show you what I mean by leak back. This is a leak back test I've done on the actual that's cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So they all roughly look the same. Probably cylinder number 2 is a bit more at this point. Number 2 and number 1 a bit more leak back than the others. Should be the same level, but 1 and 2 I'll say. That's alright at the moment. Took the wiring apart yesterday and I checked the wiring continuity from each injector, which is this one here, that one there, that one there, that one there, and that one there. Back to the ECU control unit, which is the plug is here. Plug A, this is plug A, the big one, and plug B is the small one. So everything was good. Wiring harness was good for that. But the only thing I couldn't check properly was the actual crank angle sensor, and I knew by actually breaching the actual 2 pins, the resistance was fluctuating, meaning there's a bad connection somewhere at the bottom. So the only way to do it is take the actual all this part here, the covers off, and try to find the problem. And the crank angle sensor on the Volvo XC90 sits in there somewhere. In there, it's right there, behind that plug there, behind that part there, it sits in here, in there, on top. Alright? So, everything have to be checked properly, because otherwise you're going to start replacing parts for nothing. So sometimes you're better off spending time to test it, and then eventually you'll find the problem. Alright, let's have a look at the problem. And the problem was, see the wiring here? See those 2 wires there? Those 2 wires there was broken from this one here, and that's why the customer couldn't start the car up in the morning. It's just touching. It's already broken. Probably like all the strains, probably half of the strains are broken. And look at the plug. This is the plug there, and there's the wire there. So it did log a fault. Crank angle sensor. No signal, but when the car came here on the tow truck, I started the car and the car started straight away, and the engine speed was perfect. I couldn't fault it. So I've checked everything on the actual the ignition side. Pressure was good, low pressure was good, high pressure was good. cam signal was good. The actual fuel rail controller here was good. Everything is pretty good on the car. Nothing was broken. And the only way to do it properly is to take it out and have a look, and we found the wiring was already broken, but just sitting there. So that's the problem there. We've got to fix the wiring and then put a new sensor in there. I'm not going to put the old one back in. Might as well put a new one. This is already probably on its way. You can still use that one, but I don't recommend to use that one there. While you're there, because there's so much stuff to take out, just replace the sensor. Alright, but the problem was the wiring was plugged. So you can see here, when we moved the plug just came off and break in half, which is there. So I'm going to take all these off here and repair the wire and then run it back to the other side. Alright, so very happy that the actual diagnostic went well. Sometimes it takes a while to do it, to test it, but that's the only way to test the car properly. Alright, the car came in, it was hard to start and you cannot start it on the tow truck. But when the tow truck got here and got started, and then all of a sudden it cut off, and then started, cut off, and then when I went to do my check, all the wiring was good, but the only one I couldn't check from here to the sensor was this one here, because I've got to remove all this off to do it. So today I've done it and I found the problem. Alright, thanks for watching and please subscribe.